Look at these two faces now, 8 years later. So, welcome everybody from around the world. Some of my friends from Asia here, Indonesia, Malaysia. It's exciting times in Enagic, and I get to do the fun part. It's always hard following Daniel, though. I have to tell you, this is the first time Daniel and I have done a presentation together since 8 years ago when we first got started. We were doing the presentation together in Daniel's home. So we've come a long way, right? So when he happened to mention that about the, looking younger, and so I'll tell you a quick story. I happened to go to my acupuncturist about a month ago, and I come out of the room after, it's a husband and wife, and I come out of the room and I go outside to pay the bill, and she handles all the money. And she goes, "You look so much younger." She goes, "Have you done any work lately?" So, thank God for Kangen water, right? So, I get to show you the fun part. Danny told you most of the things you need to know about the waters. And this is Dasani water. I'm going to pour a couple inch in all of these. Dasani, #1 selling bottled water in America. I don't know about the rest of the world. This is Aquafina, #2 selling bottled water. See, it's so cheap, the labels don't even stay on. You guys, look at that. This is Arrowhead sparkling water. I used to love sparkling water. Anybody like sparkling water? Yeah. Anybody like me? Or like I was? How about Gatorade? Well, this is a sports drink made by Gatorade, Propel. So what you're seeing up here, we'll just take that off. What you're seeing up here is just an assortment of things I used to drink. Here's Sprite. Not my favorite soda. Whose favorite soda is Sprite? No hands? Oh, one hand. There's one honest person in the room. Come on. I'm not picking on Sprite. I'm just using this because I need a clear color to show you one of the unique properties of the water. This is tap water. Your good Anaheim tap water there. And this is Kangen water, made just about an hour ago from my machine up in the room. So the first property of the water I get to show you today, remember Daniel had the slide up there and he was talking about the antioxidant potential of the water, right? And so I have what's called a redox monitor. And this can actually show you, otherwise I wouldn't be able to show you this if I didn't have this meter. It can measure in everything has energy, right? So it can measure in the voltage, the millivolts with this particular meter. A redox monitor, and we can get, I don't know if you remember that chart he had up there, but it went from zero, and then it went into the 100, 2, 3, 4, right? Positive or negative. Well, this reading will tell us whether something's an antioxidant or an oxidant. It's oxidizing to the human body. So, I don't know, can the camera zoom in there? So this is our wonderful Aquafina, right? Dasani, made by Coca-Cola. So what kind of reading are we getting there? Who can read out in the front row for me? Positive 242. So that's oxidizing to the body. How about our, because I'm going to make a mess here. Hang on a second. I think I need an assistant. How about the Aquafina? What kind of reading? 265, so another positive reading, right? How about Arrowhead sparkling water? What kind of reading we getting there? What is it? 290, almost 300, you guys. So that is very oxidizing. I used to drink those waters a lot. How about the sports drinks? Who's drinking sports drinks out there? I haven't had a sport drink in 8 years. What kind of reading are we getting on the sport drink? 340, almost 350. So very oxidizing. Here's the Sprite. So what kind of reading are we getting there? 350. So between 300 and 400. Here's the wonderful tap water from this hotel. What kind of reading? 383, okay, almost going to 400. I won't spend a lot of time with each one of these. And then we ran the water through our machine up in the suite, and watch what's happening. What kind of reading we getting? So, let's see, let's stir that up there. I think, there we go. You guys get that now? What are we getting? A negative 200. I'm going to do something a little different. Let's put in a little more water. I got a better reading up in my room. There we go. Now what are we getting? So almost getting to a negative 400, right? So if I didn't have this redox monitor, water looks like what? It looks the same. You wouldn't know the difference in a water you're drinking like I did my whole life that's oxidizing to the body or speeding up the aging process, or a water that has the potential to reduce the oxidation and slow down the aging process, correct? So which water would you rather put in your body? I could stop right now and there's only one choice, right? But I won't stop. We'll show you the next. Remember Daniel put up there the pH chart, right? So it went from 0 to 14, 7 being neutral. Anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above 7 is on the alkaline side. So I'm just going to put a few pH, food grade pH drops in here. And we'll see what we get. How about, what's the Dasani water? Good thing I wear a white shirt, right? So it's acidic, right? Remember that chart? It went from like orange, yellow to green. How about the Aquafina water? You guys see that, the camera? I guess I don't know. Okay, very acidic, right? How about sparkling water? Acidic. How about the Gatorade? Very acidic. How about the Sprite? Guys, I used to drink about a 6-pack of root beer a week. And I read somewhere, I have it on my computer, that if you drink 2 sodas a week, you increase your chance of getting pancreatic cancer by 87% in your lifetime. So where was I headed? In the wrong direction, right? I thank my friend every day for introducing me to Enagic and Kangen water so I could change the course of where my life was going. That's why that slogan, change your water, change your life. So here's the tap water. What's the tap water? So it looks like it's alkaline, right? So don't be deceived by that because it's chemically altered. Everyone knows they put different chemicals in our water, right? From the fluoride they put in the water, from the chlorines they put in the water. Most municipalities use lye. It's a pH of 14, something they use to make soap, actually. And they use that to raise the pH of the public water source. Guess why? So it doesn't rust the city pipes faster, okay? I don't think they care anything about these pipes in here, but the city pipes. And so chemically altered, it may look like it, but you already saw it at a very positive ORP, correct? We can change the pH of the water to anything we want from, like Danny showed, from 2.5 all the way to 11.5 pH, okay? So you guys got that one. Watch what happens when we add a little bit of the Kangen water to neutralize, right? These that went acidic, we can neutralize most of them. Watch what happens there. There's a fight. It's a battle, right? It's back to an acidic state. Watch what happens here. So acidic, we can't even do anything to it. Watch what happens to the soda. Same thing, right? Well, here's tap water, and then we're back to Kangen water. Watch what happens now if I take, so remember that pH scale, right? If you go from that, when you're talking about sodas, range of about 2.5 pH to 3. Most of them I've tested. Watch what happens when we add a little bit of soda back to these. Takes it right back to an acidic state, right? Well, we'll switch over to here. If you're drinking sodas or some of these real acidic beverages, you're drinking something that has the potential to be 10,000 to 50,000 times more acidic than 7 being neutral. So do we want to get away from this stuff? Yes. Absolutely. Based on what Daniel told you earlier, you want to be on the alkaline side, like eating raw foods, from fruits and vegetables, and those are alkalizing to the body, just like he talked about that Tony Robbins talks about, right, in some of his seminars. So that's the second property. Let me just take some of these down here. I think I have a bucket. So I think I could stop the presentation right now, right? And you guys know which water you need to be putting in the body. Just with those two properties of the water, right? So how about the third property of the water? Does anybody think there's a problem with most people in dehydration? Of course there is. So, and Danny showed you up there on that chart, showed you about microclustering, or what some people call structured water. And he talked about the active hydrogen in the water earlier in the presentation when he talked about some of those places around the world. So I'm going to take, they have special equipment, magnetic resonance equipment. They can measure the structure of water. But you want to know what my special equipment is today? Simple green tea. So I'm going to take and use this green tea, and I'm going to show you about the hydration part of Kangen water. So watch what happens when we take tap water. And what do you have to do to make tea at home? Exactly. You got to heat the water, right? You got to boil the water. Or they sun tea, some people make, got to put out and let it heat up, and it'll draw out of there. So that's the tap water. And let's go ahead, and I'm going to take that same tea bag. You might be able to see a little bit coming out of there. And watch what happens when we go ahead and take and add the Kangen water. You guys see what's happening instantly there? So it's instantly drawing tea out, right? So that's what you're talking about when you saw that slide up there about the structure of the water, the active hydrogen in the water, so it can get into the tea bag much easier, just like it can penetrate and going into your body and into your cells, and can, get into your cells easier and draw the toxins that are out of your cells. How about if we go to the #1 selling bottled water in America, and let's see if it can make some tea. So what happened with Dasani water? Nothing really, right? Watch what happens when we go back to the Kangen water. You guys see that? How it instantly drawing tea out much easier than any of the other waters. And I could keep doing this and going over and over and over, and you guys get the idea, right? So that's the hydration aspect of the water. And that's why a lot of professional athletes are now using our technology, and the list is endless right now. Do we have any professional athletes in the room tonight? Show of hands. Let me see. There's one. Oh, yes. Swimmer over there, professional swimmer. Any other professional athletes? Yes. What kind? What did you do? Oh, boxing. Great. Congratulations. We all know what was the big fight that just happened? The Pacquiao-Merriweather fight, right? Who knew that they were both drinking Kangen water? Did everyone know that? If you want a testament, we knew Manny Pacquiao was for a number of years. Talked to Cynthia. But then you can ask my good friend Tony Mack in the back of the room, who showed me, as soon as he got home from Philippines, he sent me a text with 2 checks that had Merriweather's name on both checks. Right, Tony? So guess what? Merriweather probably found out that Manny Pacquiao might have had a competitive edge. So he probably figured he bought 2 platinum machines, figured he didn't want to lose that fight, right? So a lot of professional athletes are starting to use, because what are they really concerned with? Hydration, right? And recovery. And so they're all learning about these unique properties to Kangen water. So that was the third property. So everybody knows what water is good for the human body, right? Which one do you want to put in your body? If you don't have one of our machines yet, guess when you better get one? As soon as possible. That's like now, exactly. You said it right there. So remember, Danny had some slides up there earlier talking about, food. And so we have many waters that the machine produces, from the strong acidic water, which I have some here. I made some. Let me have a volunteer. Woo! We have a very excited young lady. Give her a hand. So I made some of the strong acidic water a little earlier.
Okay.
And tell everyone what your name is.
Ashley.
Ashley. And they were just on the conference call last week, weren't they?
Yeah.
Who listened? An incredible story. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And so take a little whiff there.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one.
What does it smell like?
Good batch of bleach. No, I'm kidding.
So that's the strong acidic water. What Danny talked about will kill bacteria. And so thank you very much. Just want someone else to verify that. And so see my nice little bottles up here? So guess what you can use? Who would like to become chemical free in their home? Because if you didn't know it already, the chemicals in your home, they're really killing you. I saw not too long ago Fran Dresser, the actress that played, what was that show? Nanny, right? The one with the voice. That voice that kind of like scratching nails on a chalkboard. Anyway, she was on the news not too long ago she's a cancer survivor, and talking about the air in your home. So it's not just me telling you. The air in your home is the most toxic air that you're breathing because of all the chemical cleaning products in the cupboards that are leaching out of bottles into the air. And so who would like to have that air in their home, right? None of us, but we didn't know. I didn't know about it. So the first thing I did when I got a machine 8 years ago was, guess what? Go through the whole house and get rid of all the chemical cleaning products, throw them in a box. And now guess what we get to do? We get to make our own cleaning products. This is a spray bottle with 11.5 in it. This is 4.5 pH water, is good for the glass, or beauty water, your skin, anywhere from 4 to 6 pH. And then the strong acidic water that will kill bacteria like Daniel talked about. So now you can use those for cleaning your house, you're cleaning your foods. I'm going to show you real quick, because since it's non-toxic, I'll go over here. Since it's non-toxic, I can use them to clean our foods, right? So I personally don't know how anyone lives without our machine ever since we had baby Isabella. And so we use the strong acid water all the time. You'll see me running around here over the weekend with little, 2.5 bottles spraying her hands all the time. And she already knows, Papa, and puts out, because they touch everything, want to put everything in their mouth, right? And so it's funny, but we can use those waters for just about everything, cleaning, cooking. There's so many different uses of water. I'm going to show you real quick. I just bought these cherub tomatoes at a local grocery store. Now, I'm Italian. I used to hate tomatoes. Get that, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I love, pasta sauce, pizza sauce, but these little tomatoes, I hated. I wouldn't eat them. The only time, and my sister's in the room, my sister and brother from Oregon, the only time I liked tomatoes was when my sister picked them out of her garden. So that really tastes like a tomato. But when I tried tomatoes in the store, it was like, yuck. So I want you guys to think about this. This is tap water. How do you clean your tomatoes at home? Who can tell me? Tap water, right? And so, in most restaurants, how do they clean their produce? Exactly. So I'm going to take some of the 11.5 water, and we're going to soak those there. We'll call those the Kangen tomatoes. And these are the normal tomatoes, how you clean them and eat them at home. And we're going to let those sit for a second. And I think I have some sesame oil up here somewhere. I'm going to take some sesame oil while those are just soaking a minute, just to kind of show you what's going on with the water and why you can use it. Some people have a hard time believing that you can use water as a degreaser, right? I bet when you tell people that, they look at you like you're nuts. And so this is kind of just a way to just show you a visual. What happens when you mix water and oil? Separates, right? As you'll see right there. So water and oil separating, breaking apart. And then watch what happens when we take the high pH water, strong Kangen water, mix it to that same oil. What did it just do? Is that a wow or what, you guys? I had a scientist in the front row once, and you should have seen his eyes pop out. He could not believe what he saw there and what had happened. So that's just to give you a visual of what's going on with the water. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these. Now I want you guys to think about this. If I have time, I'm going to grab a couple volunteers to come up here. If I don't, then you guys will just see this as a visual. So this is how you clean your tomatoes at home. The camera can zoom in there. And this is how we clean our tomatoes at home. So you thought you cleaned your foods, right? But you're not really cleaning your foods. And so I'm going to show you one other thing. So I probably won't do the volunteer thing right now, just for time's sake. I got some people who want to volunteer. Where's Daniel? Do I have a couple minutes? I do? A couple volunteers? Okay. Give me, how about 5 volunteers real quick that have never tried this before? 5, come up on stage. Come on. Wait, come on. You tried it before? Okay, someone who hasn't tried it before. 5, up here, quick. You guys give them a hand.
You got 5.
5. Thank you. Okay, so is anybody like me that didn't like tomatoes?
I love tomatoes.
You don't like tomatoes? Oh, he's a good one. Oh, good. Now this is what you call a serious person, right? 9.5 hair. Don't eat it yet. Wait, just hold it. Don't eat it yet. I don't want you to bite it. I don't want you to get tomato on your blouse and then send me the cleaning bill. So I want everyone, let me get out of the way. I do this, we used to pass these out in the audience, but I was the only one up here laughing. So now I bring people up on stage so you guys get to see the results at the same time I do. Okay? So I want everyone to eat the tomato. I want you to think about taste, think about texture. Is that a good tomato?
Very good.
Wait a minute, you don't like tomatoes. How's that taste?
Tastes damn good. Sure.
Not bad. He was like me, didn't like tomatoes. How'd it taste? Okay. She didn't like it. Not too bad. Okay. So that was the one where we cleaned off all the garbage that could have been the herbicides and pesticides that they put on all of the foods when they spray, right? So this is, as you can see, when you guys clean them at home, you're not getting off all the garbage that's on the tomatoes, the herbicides, pesticides. Oh, she goes for the really tiny tomato. So I want you to think about taste, think about texture. Go ahead, eat the tomato.
Let me spit this from this.
Wait. Who needs a cup? You guys see, this wasn't planned. They had no idea I was calling them up on stage. Wait. Don't go anywhere. I hate to leave you with that taste in your mouth, so
Please, thank you.
go ahead and give you a couple tomatoes. Here, have as many as you like. You guys give them a hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Was that funny or what? Now you guys know why I do that. I let the audience participate so you can actually see. I mean, I had no idea who's coming up here today. You know, that could have worked either way for me. And I was hoping it went my way, and it certainly did, like it does all the other times. Do I have like 2 more minutes? Okay, good. I'm going to show you. Since everyone sees that you're not cleaning your foods at home, right? So, like we are, and so that affects the taste of your foods. as you could see by the visual with those people here today. But that on all your different foods, you're not cleaning what's on them, and then you're going to go ahead and serve that to your family, and now you got a toxic whatever. But I'm going to show you another thing is tap water. Okay, one last thing before I wrap up here. And so let's see, unless they have some type of filter, I'll let you know if this will work for us. I'm going to do a little chlorine test. And good, it's going to work. It's turning yellow right away. So you guys see, that's not the same yellow that's there in the tomatoes. That's chlorine. So I'm going to show you this for a dual purpose. Let's take all that out of there. And because you're cleaning your foods in chlorinated water. So we cut up an onion back here. Watch what happens. I'm just going to add that onion there. And within seconds, what is it starting to do? So where'd the chlorine go? See that? It's clear. No more chlorine within seconds. Watch what happens when we test for chlorine again. You guys get the idea? Chlorine in seconds went into the onion, the lettuce, whatever you're washing it with. So now you saw what, number one, you didn't clean this off, right? And then what'd you do after that? You went and added the chlorine to your produce, so now you really have a chemical cocktail, and you're serving that to your family, your children, you know. So we need to change some things, and that's the purpose of this demonstration, to educate everybody out there that there's a new way that you can change your water and change your life. So I want to thank everyone for letting me share. And I get to bring my good friend, Daniel DiMacaulay, back to the stage.
Okay, let's give Bob Gridelli one more round of applause. And by the way, at this point, I'm going to show you how we earn money in the business. But before I do that, let me just back up here, and because I asked somebody back, does anybody here have some beauty water? Who's carrying it? Can I have one? Is it fresh? Okay. Okay. I know Bobby has it in a big, in this one right here. Wow, you have a big bottle. I have like 3 or 4 of them in my car, always. So I just wanted, because it's so nice. Right? That's one of the best things that machine does, is that beauty water that Bobby was saying. And I've been using it, like I said, you know. I think if that unit only made that water, people would probably buy it. A lot of the women would buy it because it saves you so much money on facial toner. And you should see what it does, right? And you know what? Even if it doesn't do anything for you, it makes you feel better, right? Because some of you have been spraying, and let me tell you, there's no change, okay? So, now, I want to show you this part. I put this up here 8 years ago. That's when this presentation, there used to be a different presentation. I want to show you the money side, and if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, take a look at this. I absolutely believe it's one of the best that I've ever seen in my lifetime. The Enagic business, you have to remember, it's a real business for real business people. Don't treat this some kind of a rinky-dink thing that you do at home that you've done before. This has the power. It's like buying a McDonald's franchise. It has the power to give you that kind of money. So if you're interested in a business, pay attention to this, okay? First of all, it's a proven product, and the best thing about it is it's not your traditional MLM, multi-level. It's a real direct sales program, a true direct sales program. In other words, it's not one of those. It doesn't have any exponential growth on it at all. take a look at the business model of Enagic. And take a look at every other marketing plan out there. The business plan of Enagic is direct sales. There's no exponential growth. So if you're a business person, you're not looking at your traditional, and there's a lot of good ones out there, the multi-level, but you're not looking at one of your traditional MLM marketing plans. The marketing plan is so unique, it's been patented globally. There's no other company that has this marketing plan, okay? Now, also, there's no gimmicks. There's no sign-up fee. There's no left side, right side. There's no stuff to put inside your garage and all that. You guys know what I'm talking about, all right? It's a real business, and the best part about it is it pays daily. Anybody like the idea of getting paid daily? Oh, Enagic pays daily, every day. You have the opportunity to go to your mailbox and get paid every day. I mean, that's unbelievable. Let me show you the marketing plan, and I'm going to put it on the SD 501. They have an 8-point commission system. They call it an 8-point. Each point is $285, okay? Now, they give 8 of those 285s away, and they get from the price of the SD 501. Now, some people will say, well, that's how come it costs so much money. No, 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 no. Every product on the market has a price, right? Example. Here's one that they make for less than a penny. And they sell it for $1. I don't see the Dasani here, but they make it for less than a penny and they sell it for $1. Why is that? Because they have to be able to take it to the marketplace. You won't believe how much this costs to make. You won't believe it. Right here. You won't believe how much it costs to make. And then when you buy it here, it's 10 times more. Why is that? Because they have to be able to pay and get it to the marketplace. Instead of giving all that marketing money to Tiger Woods or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James or some Super Bowl commercial, they took all of the marketing, which normally goes to all the middle people, to the retail stores, to the advertising, and they gave it to the distributors. That's why you're making money, okay? All right. Here's the way the marketing plan goes. To become a distributor, you have to get a unit. All right? Once you get a unit, you're now an international distributor for a major company. What does that mean? You can do business anywhere around the world without any type of overhead. You can do business anywhere and earn money. It's not like owning a restaurant. If you own a Subway or a Burger King, or if you own a donut shop in Los Angeles, your donut shop in LA cannot make money in Florida. Your donut shop in LA cannot make money in Canada. In this business, you can make money everywhere that you get a distributor, and it will allow you to have the potential of getting overrides, okay? Now, when you get your first sale, you make 1 point. That's what 1A means, 1 point agent. You make 285, okay? That's called the commission. That's the first income. However, if that person that you sold the machine to decides to become a distributor, all of a sudden, you've now opened up what I call sort of like a franchise lane. What does that mean? That means you up there will get paid $285 override for every sale in that line as long as the points are available. They give away 8 points. So let's say you brought in Bob, and Bob sold 10 machines. You'll get paid $285 10 times. That is strong. On your first 2 sales, You're a 1-point agent. When you make your third sale, you get a promotion. You get double the income and double the overrides every time you open up a franchise now. Let's say you brought in Mary. Mary sells 10 of them. You make 570 10 times. Let's say Mary brought it and shared the water or shared the opportunity with Jim. And Jim sells 10 of them or 5 of them. You make 570 5 times, even though you're not there. And you can open up as many lanes as you want. Once you get 10 sales, you now hit 3-point agent. That's a 3A, okay? You're now getting 3 times the 285, which is $855. This starts getting serious. $855, how many bills can that pay all of a sudden? Okay? The money in the business is the commissions and the overrides. You know, it's the linear income and leveraged income. You make linear income by working, selling. You make leveraged income by doing nothing. And you'll make just as much because you've recruited, for example, a potential distributor who might do something. All right? Once you get 20 sales in your group, and it's a combination, you don't have to sell 20. Let's say you sold 3, but there's 17 sales below that 3. That's 20. When you open up a new lane, when you sell a new one, you now make $1,140. Wow, $1,140. Did you know that there's people who will work an entire week for that? And here you can get it by giving somebody the water they decide to buy, you make $11.40. And then if they sell it to 3 people, you make $11.40 3 times, even though you weren't there. That's the way to make money, okay? That's called a 4A. Now, you see in the bottom, it says it becomes less because the point become less. But let me ask you something. How many people in this room are a 4-point agent? Can you stand up? Do me a favor. Please stand up if you're a 4A. Stand up. Wow. I applaud you. Have a seat. Unbelievable. Okay? Did you see that? The program works. Now, once you got 20, all you need is 30 more to get to the next one. And you don't have to sell any of the 30. Let's say you did nothing and 30 sold below you. Now you've got 50 sales. When you make your next sale, you get promoted again, and you now get 5 of those 285s, which is $1,425. Wow. Is that unbelievable? This is what happened with me. When I became 5A, I started giving the water to a friend of mine, Jerry Kostica. He didn't buy the unit for 7 months. I was giving him, I think he was throwing the water away. Then one day he said, "Hey, how do I get one of these?" And when I asked him, "Why did you buy it?" he said, "My wife told me to." Okay? Jerry was a 5A sale to me. I made 14 and a quarter. Isn't that good already? Think about how long you have to work for 1,400. That's good income. That's not the money. Jerry decided to do the business. When he sold his first sale, he made 285 because that's his 1-point sale. I made 14 and a quarter. When he sold his second sale, he made 285. I made 14 and a quarter. When he sold his third sale, he got excited. He now makes 570. I make 14 and a quarter. Below his first sale, he signed up an attorney from HBO called Neil. Neil was excited. When Neil sold one, he made 285. Jerry made 285. I made 14 and a quarter. Just so you know, he has several thousand sales underneath him now. Not 1, not 7, not 10, not 100, several thousand. What if you sponsor yourself one of these people who just explode out of the gate? You see, and there's going to be people coming in. You just have to look for them. Here, question for the distributors. Don't you think that somebody is going to sign up somebody sometime this week who will become a 6A someday? Of course. That's 100 checks. That's 100 checks. Go find them. Okay? Any 5-point agents in the room? This is serious territory. Please stand up. 5-point. And if you're on the wall, raise up your hand. Take a look at that. Wow. Congratulations. And I know those 5-point agents, man, they can't wait to go to 6A. All right? I mean, they're dreaming about it. It wakes them up in the middle of the night. Oh, 6A. You know? Okay? So again, once you become a 5-point agent, you make 14 and a quarter a sale. All right? Once you get 100 in your team, 100, you now are in the highest pay point of the company, of the compensation plan. You're a 6-point agent. You make $1,710. And if you sell a Kangen 8, you make over $2,000, $2,500. I mean, it's crazy. The money is incredible, and it's all because people are happy. You know, I've been in this program, I don't know how long now. I've seen how many returns. I'll say what, 5? I'm saying 5 because I've never seen any. 3 in my whole 8 years? That's how good the product is. It's unbelievable. So 6-point agent, you now make $1,710, and you now start to get bonuses. They're going to be explaining that, you know, in a marketing plan course. But how many people in the room are 6-point agents? Can you please stand up? Is that crazy or what? That's telling you the program works, okay? When you get up to 6A, by the way, I mean, you can earn anywhere from, you know, 30 to 50 to 70,000, all the way from when you start to 6-point agent. But when you hit 6A, that's when you really start to make money. Anybody here, 6-point, how many people here are 6A 2 or higher? Just raise up your hand. 2 or higher. How many people here are 6A 2-3? Anybody in the room that are 6A 2-3? When you become a 6A, every time you open up a lane, you never go backwards. Once you're a 5A, you remain a 5A. You never go backwards. You can only go up. And that's what I saw in this thing. And I've been successful for 40 years in Newport Beach. But this thing was unbelievable, and I could not believe that the company gave all of these things. That's why it took us 7 months to get involved. So if you're watching this, and you're skeptical about it, that's okay. But don't forget, check it out. Successful people check things out, okay? Now, here's what we do. We share water, we share information, we share the business, we bring them to a live demonstration, we follow up, and most of all, we're having a lot of fun. The business is a lot of fun. Also, for entrepreneurs, there's a list that you have to check. Don't just get in a business because the product is good or because this or that. You need to check several things and get at least a yellow light on it. A red is not good. This is the only one we've checked where all the lights are green especially the top one, which is important because it's got to be simple and duplicatable in an override system so you can make money because all your people can do what you can do. And in this business, everybody can share the business, everybody can share the water, okay? To complete this, it's a great company. You have leaders that will work with you. Just so you know, if you're brand new, the person who invited you to see this will work 10 times harder than you will to make you a check than you will to make you a check. They will work 10 times harder to make you 10 checks than you will to make you 10 checks. Why? Take a look at the marketing plan and the